Everyone, I thought I would take a minute to show you guys all the gear that I use to make motovlogs. It's actually all the gear that I use to make any kind of video, but we're going to focus on motovlogs in particular. And before we get into it, I just want to say that the main focus with the stuff that I buy is that it's really efficient. That's the big thing, because if something is clunky and annoying to use, then it's just a pain in the ass. And what I need is stuff that's going to be efficient, because I don't have much time to make videos, so the time that I do spend on it needs to be effective. In this bag is all the camera gear and microphones and stuff. At the moment, I am using the camera to record, but that is the centerpiece of all the gear, and that is a DJI Osmo Action 5. And I've had it for about a year now, and it has been really good. I had GoPros before, so all of my opinions come from the point of comparison to a GoPro. First things first, the user interface is really good and really easy. The camera itself is obviously very good quality. If you've seen any of my videos, you may have noticed that, hopefully. It's got really good battery life. So far, I've really enjoyed it. I make both short form and long form content. The cage it comes with from the factory's got mounting points to be mounted both horizontally and vertically. We'll get into my helmet in a minute, actually, and we can have a look at the mounts on that. So yeah, it's a really solid camera. I bought it last year with the, I can't remember what it's called, like the Action Pack or the Adventure Pack, which comes with a pack of batteries. So this holds 3 batteries. So I've got 3 batteries in total. If you're going to be doing long trips and you want to capture it all, you're going to need extra batteries. So I would recommend going for, you know, the adventure packs, whatever they're called, to get the extra batteries. In this bag also holds a selfie stick. I am currently using that. I don't use it super often, to be honest, but it's nice as sort of a makeshift tripod from time to time. So let's quickly have a look at the helmet. So this is my Bell MX9. So on the base of it, I've got a 3D printed mount that one of my friends printed for me. And then I've got the magnet system that DJI uses for its cameras. So you can just click it in vertical, you can click it in horizontal. It's really good. Well, I've got the helmet in my hand. Let's get into the mic. So one of the biggest challenges you're going to face trying to make motovlogs is getting good audio on them. So at the moment, I've got a DJI Mic Mini clipped to me to record this video, but it's not what I use for making motovlogs, because in my opinion, they're not very good for having inside a helmet. It's really hard to get good audio out of them. I know the full size DJI wireless mics are a lot better. I know a lot of people use them, but the Mic Minis, it's pretty hard work trying to get them to sound right. So I've got Mic Minis, but I don't use them for motovlogs. I use them for other stuff. What I use for motovlogs is a pretty old school setup. So this is a Zoom H1 recording device. I didn't know what it is, but my best friend's a sound guy, and he showed me the way of this. So basically what this is it's a recording device that you can plug mics into, and it's going to capture your audio for you. But what it's going to do is allow you to adjust the gain and stuff. So what I do is I use this, and then I have a lav mic, which is mounted inside my helmet. So I've got a cheap comms device, which comes with a mic, which isn't relevant, but I use that. If you can see, I use that mic to attach my lav mic. So what I've done is got my lav mic in that muff, and then I've got it wired here. It's actually wrapped up around my headset, if you see it there. I'll unwind it from there, plug it into the Zoom H1, set my gain, and that's how I get my audio. I've tried a few setups, and I found that produces the highest quality audio, and I've had lots of comments telling me how good my audio is, so I must be doing something right. But you can get a USB-C mic conversion thing for the DJI Osmo, which is like a little block which plugs into it, so you can plug the lav mic directly into the camera. I've tried that, but it's got like weird noise cancellation and stuff, and it sounds rubbish. So that is the best setup that I have found. It's not particularly expensive either. A Zoom H1, you can get them for like 50 quid on eBay. And then any lav mic from Amazon for 10, 20 quid will do it. So it's not a crazy expensive setup. The only annoying thing is that you are going to have to sync it in post, but most editing softwares will sync audio automatically, so it's not really the end of the world. That setup could be more efficient, but it does sound very, very good. Moving on, what else have we got? So I've got this. So this is a little small rig, and what this is a clever little mounting arm for the camera. It's got a clamping point here. So you clamp that to whatever you want to, you know, clamp it to. And then when you tighten this one, it tensions the entire arm, which is pretty awesome. So I've used this, I actually use it quite often, and I've got some cool shots with it. Anytime you see the camera mounted on the handlebars facing me, which if you've seen my latest video, I use that shot quite a few times. I use it to mount to the fork. I use it to get shots of suspension and stuff. This is a really handy dandy little thing. And in a pinch, it's basically my main tripod as well, because if I'm out and about and I want to get a like a flyby shot or something, I will just find like a rock or a tree or something to attach this to and get the shot. I think they're like 20 quid. This is well worth it. I take this out on wherever I go, really, if I'm going to be making a video. Absolutely fantastic bit of kit. Would recommend that. And in terms of motovlog setup, that's pretty much it, to be honest. And then what I have also got is my main editing rig. So I mentioned earlier that what's most important to me really with making videos is being able to make them efficiently and quickly. You could technically do a lot of this on your phone and you can edit on a phone, but it is an absolute pain in the ass and I would not recommend it. It's not efficient. When you're filming in 4K as well, file sizes are really big. It became pretty obvious to me early on that if I wanted to make videos and I wanted to make them often, I needed a good editing rig. I started with an MSI gaming laptop. On paper, it was good. In reality, it was absolutely rubbish. And then my good friend showed me the way and I have ended up with this, and this has got hundreds and hundreds of hours of editing on it. This is a 2024 Macbook Air M3 with 16 gig of RAM and it's the smallest hard drive one. The moment I got this was an absolute game changer for making videos. You can just tell that this as a machine is like optimized for this kind of work. I edit in DaVinci Resolve, and before on my old Windows rig, I'm not saying all Windows rigs are bad, by the way. I'm not even a computer guy, so take my advice with a pinch of salt. But yeah, before on my old editing rig, it couldn't handle the footage in the timeline really, even if you set it to like quarter of the resolution. Whereas this, I can edit with the playback in full resolution, and all my videos, well, almost all my videos are 4K, 60 frames per second, and this just eats it up, no problem whatsoever. So I would recommend, if you haven't tried, if you're new to editing and you haven't tried a MacBook or some of the Apple products, you should really have a go on them because they are sublime. This has already been superseded, but there's no need to upgrade. It's an absolutely awesome computer and I'm going to continue using it. You're going to find that with making videos, your file sizes are going to be absolutely massive. So tell you what, it's been very helpful having a best friend who is a filmmaker slash sound guy, because that's where I get all my advice from. This is also a game changer. This is a SanDisk SSD, is one of the quick ones. On here is all of my operational files for projects. So anything that I'm currently working on is stored on here. I store absolutely nothing on my MacBook itself. None of the footage is stored on here. The only thing that's on here is the programs to edit. And that is pretty much it. And I've got a few cheaper HDDs that I back up all my footage on. So that is pretty much the setup. Obviously I've got like SD cards and stuff like that. Just use the ones that are rated for your camera. In terms of what I would get moving forward, DJI have just come out with a new camera. Whether it's worth it, I don't know. I think it's important that you don't get too caught up in the gear. Once you've got stuff that is efficient and you know how to use, you're basically there. And then it's just time to focus on the actual content itself. You know, it's really easy to get caught up in all the gear, but you know, the gear doesn't make the videos for you. Oh, I touched on it briefly there, but the editing software I use is the free version of DaVinci Resolve, and it is absolutely awesome. I'm pretty happy with the setup. It's pretty good. I would recommend the DJI stuff in particular. GoPros were just a pain in the ass when I had them. Really unreliable, annoying. I would just don't even bother with GoPros. The only thing that I would potentially get to improve my motovlogs would be a 360 camera. And if I was going to do that, I would probably buy the new DJI one. So that's it. If you want to make motovlogs, that's a real basic setup. You don't need the latest and greatest stuff. You could have a really early Osmo Action, even an Action 4, they're much cheaper now and they still produce really fantastic footage. And you could grab one of these. You could have a really solid setup for, you know, a couple of £100. You don't need to be spending loads of money. Yeah, that's it. If you want to make motovlogs, I would say, or any videos for that matter, focus on equipment that is reliable and efficient. Thank you very much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. If you watch part 1 of my Wales trip, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Part 2 will be out on Saturday. So I will catch you guys then. Thank you very much. Bye.